Topic today was to be reasons women leave their marriages, according to, and there are polls everywhere, different magazines, which is a different population. Each magazine has a different population with different philosophies, religion, demographics, everything. So it's hard to use all of those and come to any understanding. I'm just going to use what I hear on air. And I think the main reason there are divorces is hardly anybody, A, takes marriage seriously anymore, B, believes in it because their parents have been married and divorced 4 times, and C, has any clue as to what they're obligated to be and do in a marriage. Those are the 3 biggies. I was alive when John F. Kennedy was president. Scandals put aside for the Kennedy family, he had a line that was brilliant. Ask not what your country can do for you. Ask what you can do for your country. That lit up America. Of course, I don't think you can get 54 people in the United States to think that way anymore. It's all balkanized into little groups who hate each other. That's pretty obvious, isn't it? But it's a good attitude for marriage. Ask not what your marriage can do for you. Get up every morning and ask yourself, what can I do to make him or her happy? They're alive, much less married to me. I think there'd be 1% divorce rate, if that was truly the case. Yesterday, I felt was a terrible day for me. I don't know what it was like for the listeners. It might have been very entertaining. People even like train wrecks. So, video at 11. But for me, it was awful. Because wife after wife was calling, with kids, of course, to the one, proclaiming that the problem in the marriage was simply him, which gives me no place to go. Well, if it's him, and he's not on the phone, why are we, dearly beloved, gathered here together? There's no point. And I tried, especially with one woman. I worked my brain to the bone. Try to get her. He never says he loves me. I'll say I love him, and he doesn't say he loves me back. Just looks down and is quiet. That's a man who's hurt or angry, or hurt and angry. What could you have done or said over the years to make him feel that way? Nothing. Can't think of anything. Nothing comes to mind. Woman after woman said that. Those are all divorces waiting to happen. As soon as he finds a girlfriend, he's out. And you can call and bitch, what a terrible guy. We have 17, we have 84 kids, and he found somebody else and is leaving. What a horrible person he is. And I'm shrugging. I'm sure in some cases, there are bad men out there, and some of you make really stupid choices. And you have 84 kids and then go, oh, gee, would this have been a stupid choice? That's why I'm suggesting everybody have 6 to 9 months of premarital counseling with somebody trained to do premarital counseling, because they will tease through all the issues from in-laws to money to sex to kids to where you're going to live to how you're going to travel to what your daily activities are. You discuss everything. For example, I had in my mind a list of deal breakers, and one foremost, almost at the top deal breaker was dinner at 6. I didn't want to marry anybody who couldn't be available for dinner at 6. That left out a lot of professions. And I was okay with that because I knew that as a lifestyle, after a tough day, I really want to sit down with family and have dinner at a reasonable hour that I could count on. So, that left out who I might date. And that would be one thing I would discuss. Vacations. People need to talk about even that. What do you like to do? Since all the shark attacks, I'm not putting it to, and pollution. I go on the water. I don't go in the water. But back then, that was not such an issue until Jaws came out, and then my whole world was changed for life. That's it. I saw that movie. Never again. Who are we going? I used to like to jump the waves, and all I would do is sit and say, if I'm in that water and a wave comes and a shark is coming with its mouth open, what do? Don't tell me you take a 25-foot shark and punch it in the nose. I don't think that's going to work. Anyway, I had my rules. What I knew I could live with and accept. A lot of you marry under false pretenses. You figure, that's okay. I'm going to bait and switch. I'm not going to tell him this is what I want. And then I'm going to bitch at him for not getting what I never told him I wanted in the first place. I truly believe that women are the main problem in marriages today, and I'm a woman. I think we have been so distorted in our thinking about love, men, and marriage. We don't have respect for men. We don't think we're supposed to support them. If they have an opinion or an idea, they're bullies. And their whole world should revolve around us. And they should never say our thighs are fat. I remember 30 years ago being in counseling sessions with couples, and the women would lie and say, I want him to share his feelings. And inevitably, I'd have to get to the point of saying, absolutely no, you don't, unless they're positive about you. Otherwise, you don't want to hear about one damn feeling he has. Even if it has nothing to do with you, you don't want to hear that one either, because that interferes with your world. And he's there for you. Women have not been brought up to be there for the men. The men who call are largely so emasculated, when I say act like a man, they're not sure what that means. And they're scared of their wives. That's not respect. That's not love. That's not admiration. She's just going to make my life miserable. So why would I go there? So, in my opinion, the relationship part of feminism has been unbelievably destructive. Find a commercial where the man is not the idiot. I have a friend visiting, a colleague and a friend, and we were eating dinner and we were flipping through to find a movie, and a commercial comes up. Two people are standing. He's a little shorter than she is. Okay? And it's for insurance for a car. And she is saying something about, I forget exactly how it went. You don't have an accident until one of you does, and looks disdainfully down at him. What's that? Any woman who demeans her man in public should be slapped. Right across the head. Just like on NCIS. Boom. Of course, don't do that, you'll be arrested. But she deserves it. But don't do that, you'll be arrested. So, people who come from divorced families have a harder time keeping marriages together because they have that as an out in their minds, and they don't really know the comfort and continuity of a family. But I think the feminist agenda is very anti-male. It always has been. Read Christina Hoff Sommers' book, Who Stole Feminism? That's why I call now the National Organization of I Don't Know What Kind of Women. But their intent is not male-female covenantal bonding and children and a picket fence and raising your kids. That is not their agenda. And so it's really sad out there because more and more kids are being hurt. And since I've been doing this for over 40 years, I get to hear them as adults now. How many times your parents are married? Well, my mother 3, my father 14. My number, 1-800-375-2872.